Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Northeast Radio SD, Watertown, South Dakota. I don't know. I don't know why sometimes I hesitate on that. It's like welcome to, but I don't know. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Northeast Radio SD, Watertown, South Dakota. We're live in studio. Whether you're listening through our app, online radio, as we are Watertown's first and only locally owned radio station. And you can download that app through Google Play Store or the Apple Store.
Oh, man.
Also, you could be joining us online through the live streaming where we've got Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok as well. So, excuse me, either which way, either of those there. We appreciate you for joining us this morning on Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. So, already flying right through. This will be 4th of July weekend, so everybody's going to be stoked up about that. The Kransberg Parade and Watertown Compesca parties and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. You can let me know what you guys do for that kind of stuff. But I think I'm starting to mumble or something. I got to enunciate, you'd think, for being in news and so forth. But anyway, so yesterday was a pretty interesting day as I covered a event at the local. So that was my first time get into the local, owned by Kyle Lallam, and he tapped me before the meeting started or the presentation started, and gave me some kind of meat or whatever, and it was a pork belly. And what the heck? It was like butter in my mouth. And it was just like, oh, holy cow, I can't believe it. It's some of the best meat food I've had ever. So, I don't know. And then he said some word in food, the marinade that was on it or the sauce. Wow. Anyways, check that out because it was gnarly. Very good. So anyways, we were at the local, and there's Coddington Connects, who we speak to every Wednesday morning about 8:30ish. And the Schul family had announced that they were donating the BPI corporate building, if you will, to Coddington Connects, therefore allowing some entities to move in there, like the Coddington County Community Services folk and brothers and sisters behind bars and things like that. So I don't know. That was really neat. We covered that. So we got video of that. I've got everything posted. Stayed late to get that out last night. And that's the kind of stuff that I think when I watch is just crazy. He told a story about his family moving here, and then how his dad then started the Palace Apartments, and where that was first built was like where the Foundation Park is. So, you think about that stuff. We always talk about development and whether or not we see things moving and if they're moving fast enough and this and that. But, you can talk to a guy like Lee Schul, and he's probably seeing what seems like in a short period of time, when you look back, he's seen a lot of change in Watertown. And so either which way, I think you got the opportunity to be a part of that change. Or if you don't like something, you definitely can take a look at being a part of it. So anyways, it was really cool to see and hear that. Hear some of his story and that presentation, if you will. So we've got that posted online now. Well, we did last night, and also have a full video posted on there as well, so you can check that out and see the full presentation, see the speeches, and actually hear what I'm talking about. So you don't have to just listen to the little snippet or two of what I've got. You can hear the whole thing yourself. So we've got it in the news article itself, and we've got it posted separately on social medias. And speaking of that too, I did a little bit of informational gathering yesterday. I kind of take for granted or don't think about, but I'm a verified news break publisher, and so any news article that's written through an RSS feed, anyways, pretty much immediately they grab that news article and they send it out to anyone who has the Newsbreak app and may either follow me specifically at Northeast Radio SD, which I have over 900 followers on the Newsbreak app, or if they are from our area or I guess subscribe to the Watertown area notifications, they'll get served those articles too. And they're almost instantly when I send them out. So anyways, we've got over 5 million impressions on just that alone. So trying to get the little bit of Watertown, South Dakota out there all over the place. So I think that's kind of wild. Anyways, got some guests coming in today. I think that should be we should be in for an interesting day. We may have the Watertown Figure Skate Club in. I'm not sure if or who we'll have in, because they've been wild. They've been making history, and they've been in like California, and wow. So, but then we'll probably have Connington Connects in here. We'll talk about yesterday and that business, that family, that multi-generational family charitable, I guess, donation, right? I mean, can you imagine donating a multi-million-dollar piece of property and or building? So yeah, that is pretty cool. All right. Oh, then we'll also have our debut of our newest edition. Maybe I guess we'll call it a collaboration, right? And with Carly Stewart, she's a local realtor, and I think pretty creative and a go-getter, and wants to help people and clients, if you will, take care of them. So we'll have her in here. We'll learn more about her and maybe what we are thinking about having cooking. So, and we'll be at Cooking on Compesca too. We'll just kind of be there, like chatting it up a little bit. I think we're working out a few kind of kinks and whatnot of what for sure we're going to do. We'll be out and about, kind of interviewing some people and welcoming people to the Watertown area, and then maybe doing some investigative reporting. Would that be maybe the right word? I think so. and maybe asking people multiple choice questions. It kind of depends. You really have to try to feel the room, even though we'll be outside. But anyways, you get the point. So today, let's see, is July 1st. On our morning scroll, we've talked about the concerts on Kemp. The Amdahl brothers are going to be playing today at 6 o'clock PMers, so you can go check that out. Emergency supplies for Highmore. Talked about that a little bit. So they are still gathering at Edgewood, Watertown to Friday. Let's see, July 8 a.m. Yeah, okay. We're collecting supplies to be delivered to Highmore on Friday, July 3rd. So there you go. If you want to help with that, you can definitely do that. Let's see. They got the Freedom Run 5K and walk today at 6:30 p.m. Oh yeah. There was also there's a public input session at the Crown Ridge about the Crown Ridge. I think it's a battery storage unit. So I don't know. We'll get some more information out about that here a little bit. So that's kind of most of what, they've got going on today. But tomorrow, we talked yesterday a little bit about it, but the Watertown Cares Nom Nom Day. So that special Dempsey's hot dog. Get yourself a hot dog over there. Those things are delicious. So anyways, all right, cool. There's that. That should be good, I think. Let's talk little headlines, and maybe we'll just dabble real quick on some weather, because it was raining when I rolled up in here. And if you are listening, then maybe you're not looking outside, but you could be driving too. So I don't know. Well, let's just take a look. Okay, but it's not going to hurt anything. But for some of the headlines here, we got Lee Scholl donates BPI building. Blue Peak fiber expansion to strain WMU locates. Watertown Council talks weeds, junk, and neighbor disputes. City of Watertown, July 4th, holiday closures. United Way names 2026-27 campaign chairs. And mosquito spraying set for Wednesday night tonight. So right now it says light rain, about 64 degrees, 93% humidity, some wind speed of about 8 miles per hour from the south. And then still a chance, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 9 a.m. And then a slight chance after 2 p.m., but mostly sunny with a high near 86. And then tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. And Thursday, sunny and hot with a high near 91. And then southeast, 61 or 6 to 11 miles per hour winds. And then gusts as high as 21 miles per hour with 80% chance of showers and a possible thunderstorm that evening. So Friday we'll be looking at a partly sunny with a high near 89. And Friday night, maybe a 70% chance of some precip. So we got some rain up in our face coming up here a little bit. So we're just going to have to deal with that some bit. Yeah. And then we got the parade coming up this Saturday at 1:30 here in the Watertown area. We've talked about that. We can share some of that information too. Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's get back to some music. We'll find a fact for That's a Fact Jack. Come back, talk about that. And then after that, we'll do a little bit of news and see if we can't just keep this day rolling right along. So Thanks for joining us here on Northeast Radio SD.
You know where I really want to go visit? Cambodia. That's where I want to go, guys. That's where it's at, man. I mean, I don't know where it's at, but this is where they had. This is a legit tourist attraction that you can do. You can shoot a rocket launcher at a cow. That's one of their options. Yeah, and if you're like, oh, I bet it's too pricey, well, you'd be wrong. All right, it's very reasonably priced. It's $400. That's not that bad of a deal to shoot a rocket launcher at a cow. And if you're like, what if we don't hit it? Is it even worth it? Yeah, it is. All right. They give you $200 back if you don't. No one hits it. Who's going to hit it? Who's going to just nail it on the first try and be like, I do this quite a bit at home. I love how they how on earth would you come up with that price? That's what I always wanted to know there. Like, what were you gauging that off of that you thought 400 sounds good? Like someone's like 700. They're like, I don't want to get greedy with it. I've been looking around and you can fist fight a goat for $50 right next to us. So I think 400 is competitive. I think that's a good. That would be an unbelievable way to hunt, though. A rocket launcher, you just shoot at the woods. You get all kinds of stuff. Deer, probably people. I don't know. Like.
All right, here we go. Good morning, Northeast Radio SD, Watertown, South Dakota. We're live in studio, and we've got this morning's That's a Fact, Jack. So if you head downtown in Watertown today, you can't miss the 37,000 square foot historic Goss Opera House. But the only reason this beautiful building exists is because of one man's sheer unapologetic stubbornness. Apparently back in 1887, a massive fire destroyed a large commercial block owned by a prominent local businessman named Charles Goss. Since the city was growing, the Watertown community actively pleaded with Goss to build a much-needed hotel on the newly empty lot. Instead, Goss completely ignored the town's requests and built an opera house. What makes this decision even more baffling is that Watertown already had two other opera houses at the time. Goss's building was the third one in town when it opened its doors in the spring of 1889. Fast forward to over 130 years later, the other two opera houses are long gone. Meanwhile, the community rallied together to fund a massive $5 million restoration to save the Goss Opera House from being condemned. Charles Goss's stubborn investment is now the absolute crown jewel of downtown Watertown.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Turned on the meaning of the word temptation.